Perfect. So let's dive in, you guys. I'm super excited to be able to share this with you. Now, I do not know how to share, so we'll figure this out. I only have Zoom because of, I only have a computer because of Zoom. I swear I do everything through my phone. But we'll just leave it on here. Okay, cool. Guys, so today we're going to be doing the skincare product knowledge. There's so many different ways to learn. But before we dive deep into the skincare product knowledge, I want to make some things clear really quick. Remember that when it comes to skincare, we cannot make any claims whatsoever. So what's a claim? It's guaranteeing results to people. We cannot guarantee results at all whatsoever. So what are different ways that you can avoid making a claim? Things like I can help you, I can try, things like that. But you can't say things like it will help you, it will do X, Y, and Z. Claims are an absolute no when it comes to our products, right? So this training is basically intended to be able to help you guys confidently be able to share these products when it comes to other people, because sometimes we're just having that in-person conversation, right? And then we don't want to be going back to our form like, oh, let me get back to you, why I talk to somebody that's going to help me. You want to be able to confidently be able to share these products. And by all means, you don't need to be an expert when it comes to every single ingredient, right? But you do have to be an expert when it comes to recommending them to other people. And another thing that I wanted to add on here is that you guys want to make sure that you're building that customer connection. There's so many different resources for you guys to be able to recommend these products to people. One of them being, the fact that we have the skincare quiz, right? So many of you use the skincare quiz. Type a 1 in the chat if you use the skincare quiz. However, I don't know if you guys have noticed, a lot of those questions are very repetitive and it's a little bit excessive, right? So my suggestion to you guys, and Tiff can back me up on this if she'd like, right, is that, it's really important to ask these questions one at a time, right? Ask these questions one at a time. Be very subtle with it, because based on what they're saying, right, it's how you're going to be able to recommend these products to these people. There. And then of course, you guys also have, to your advantage, if you don't know how to recommend right off the top of your head, remember that you also have the resource library to your advantage, right? And in this resource library, you're going to be able to not only find the ingredients and the products and the benefits from the product info sheets, but the most important part is that you're going to be able to find little cheat sheets, right? And what are cheat sheets? Is basically little sheets that are like broken down into Excel, and it helps you really pinpoint what product is for what and what goes well for what type of skin, right? That's going to be able to better recommend. It's going to be able to help you better recommend to different people. And then two last things that I really wanted to cover is, let's dive deep. Let's go straight into the products. But before we go into products, I feel like these are two different things that I feel a lot of people really need to know about. Number one is skin purge, and number two, what is a T-zone? So really quickly, Tiff, do you mind explaining to us what is a skin purge? I feel like a lot of people, when they start the products, they say, oh my God, but I'm breaking out. And I just feel like they're just not really educated when it comes to trying out something new or changing up their skincare routine. And I think that they're not aware about what a skin purge is.
Right. Okay. So hi guys, my name is Tiffany. As Angela said, I'm a licensed esthetician. Thank you so much for having me on this call. It's been a minute, and every time I do, I get a bit nervous. I don't know why, but it's so exciting. So to answer your questions, skin purging, it is very common to happen. Some people, it happens to some, it might not happen to some, right? So just know that when you start using products and these active ingredients, they start doing things to your skin, right? They activate and they start basically taking out everything that's underneath your skin, everything that you probably, and this mainly happens probably to people that don't really have a skincare routine going, or have really not used any products on their skin prior to, and or just because you're switching lines, right? And it's very normal. So it can happen anywhere from 30 to 60 days. If it happens more than that, then obviously you're probably having a different type of reaction to it, but it is very normal. It does get crazy before it gets better, right? I'm someone that I still have hormonal adult acne. So it was all of this bottom part of my face, like including this part. I had really, really bad acne, cystic acne. And for me to have not wear any makeup now and be on camera, it's really big deal, because before I would not do that at all, just because I had so much acne going on. And it's been a long journey, guys. It's not like an overnight thing. Okay. So make sure that you do inform yourself Make sure you go to your back office, learn all these things that you need to know, and ask questions too. All right. For your clients, you want to make sure to make them comfortable as well. So it is a long journey. It does get worse before it gets better, but it does get better. And in order to maintain it, you have to be consistent. And the other question was the T-zone. So some people can say like, oh, I don't know, my skin is like, I don't know if it's dry, but it's oily on like my middle part. Well, the T-zone is basically like your forehead and like your nose, which is very common for it to be oily, just because it's like when we sweat, it's like up, up and like close to our hair. And then our nose is like what's sticking out of our, basically of our face, of our surface. So it is very common for it to be oily, but we do have products to help balance the whole pH of our skin and get it back under control. So as we talk about the products, I can tell you which ones would be good for what. And that way you can, because I had a really bad T-zone and it used to be very, very oily, but now with the help of our products, it's gotten way better.
I love that. Really quickly before we go forward. So what would you say? Because I know sometimes people are like, how far should somebody push it when it comes to a skin purge? And should they stop using the products if they feel like their skin is burning?
Okay, so it's very normal for it to like feel some, not burn, because that you shouldn't feel that, but it can feel like some kind of like tingly sensation, or like when you're using the vitamin C, kind of like, yes, like tingly sensation. I guess that's the word I can use. I can describe. It shouldn't burn, but again, you can maybe turn a little bit red, just like I said, because you are using a different product and your skin is getting used to something different. When I started using retinol, obviously my skin, I didn't know how to use it properly, so I kind of dried out my skin. I was like, this is terrible, and I was getting more acne. You have to, build a tolerance in your skin to use these certain products. So little by little, especially if it's like active ingredients, like I said, we'll talk more into it, but an example could be like the vegan retinol. If it's something that your client has never used before, start them off with 2-3 times a week, at night, obviously, and then they can start to build it up and maybe do it like 4 times, 5 times, and then every night. Like I literally bathe in retinol now, like every night. So my skin has built a tolerance for it. At the beginning, it didn't. So just kind of having the knowledge, and it is very normal, but if it's like burning and they're like panicking, then just, you can give them the option to either you can, continue to try it, or if you want to cancel and it's within the first 30 days, they can, we have a 30-day money back guarantee, but it is very normal to have some kind of reaction.
Love that. Thank you so much. So detailed. So as you guys know, we have a few ingredients that are, exclusive to Monat, especially when it comes to Rejuvenique S. And this is something that I absolutely love, because if you guys don't know, Rejuvenique is actually patent pending, which means it's exclusive only to Monat. So many companies out there are going to try and replicate, duplicate our formula. They're going to try and compete with us, but they can't, because they don't have this one exclusive ingredient that is Rejuvenique S. And then of course, Monat's exclusive peptide. Okay, these are the different main products, ingredients that we use into our skincare routine. But it's really important that you guys know that our skincare products are clinically tested and approved by dermatologists and ophthalmologists. Okay, Monat skincare products are naturally based. Okay, they're vegan, cruelty-free, meaning that we don't test on any animals, and our ingredients are not tested on animals either. Okay, so not only can you enjoy confidence in your skin, but you can also know in the knowledge that you're using safe and safely developed products, in which case they're also safe for pregnant women, in my personal opinion. Of course, if they're concerned, it's always good to, have them consult with their doctor at the moment. But I have 3 kids, so does Tiff, and I feel like we're pretty good on that end. But of course, you always want to be on the safe side and have them ask their doctor. So let's go first into the first step, right? You ready? This is all yours. We're going to go into the cleansers.
Definitely. So this is my favorite part, especially at nighttime. And I don't see it. I think it's on another slide, but a part of the cleansing process should be an oil cleanser, or like what we have, the makeup vanishing balm. Okay. So I'm going to go a little bit into explaining these products. So as you say, they're pretty self-explanatory. When you have someone that says like, oh, I have like gentle skin, or I have not gentle, sensitive skin, then you would go with the Be Gentle, right? And sometimes they say they're sensitive just because they don't even know what kind of skin they are. So it's all they have. So it's always best to kind of start them off with that. But that's why it's good to do the skincare questions, especially if you have like not a lot of knowledge or background in skincare, right? So that one's great for, it's more of a creamy consistency. It's great for dry skin, aging skin. So you'll see if, I don't know, I've bought all 3 just because I like to try and see how they smell, how they feel, all that stuff, especially when recommending to my clients. So the Be Gentle, you're always going to see that it's creamier. It's more of like a white texture, and it's it's just creamy. So it's literally like kind of like moisturizer in a sense. I feel it does not work great for my skin. It's not good for acne. It's not good for oily skin. So just make sure that you are recommending you're sure. And if you're not sure, go on the chats or, you know, ask your upline and they'll be sure to help you. It nourishes, it leaves your skin feeling refreshed and hydrated. So again, that's why it's good for aging skin, for dry skin, for sensitive skin. Then the purple one, to be balanced, it's good for combination skin. So for those that say like, oh, maybe I have like an oily T-zone, or I have like it's oil dry on my cheeks, or my nose is super oily. This is good because it's like it'll balance it out, right? So it's more of a foamy cleanser, which is good. I liked it. This was the one I was using until the Be Purified came out. The Be Purified is one of our newest cleansers, and it's absolutely my favorite because it is for my skin type. It's for oily skin types, oil-free formula, gentle, reduces oil, and unclogs pores without drying the skin, right? So it's so good because oily skin needs to remove all the dirt, the impurities, and all that good stuff. And I feel like to be balanced, I really wouldn't take everything off, but it still worked well for me. And like I said, the key ingredients are all on here: the antioxidants, the peptides, glycolic and lactic acid, which are really good acids, gentle acids for our skins. And I know we tend to get scared when you hear the word acid. It's like, oh, I don't know if I should put that on my skin. You should. We definitely need them. They're all natural, they're good, and it's things that our skin needs in order to remove all the impurities and unclog and all that good stuff. And what I was talking about cleansing at night, you guys, make sure that you are double cleansing, even if you don't wear makeup. I noticed a big difference on my skincare and my acne when I started double cleansing at night, even on the days that I wasn't wearing makeup. Why? Because I would still go to the gym. I would still sweat. And yes, I would still cleanse my face, but I would just do that one wash and then boom, I was done, on to the next steps, right? And so I started noticing that I started doing an oil cleanser, which again could be the Be Balanced. I'm sorry, not the Be Balanced, the Makeup Vanishing Balm. If you have ever tried it, and if you haven't, you need to get your hands on it. You try and you see like it melts on your skin. It's literally, it's oil, right? What does it do? Oil breaks down oil, right? So make sure, like I said, we sweat, even if you don't have makeup on. And if you do have makeup on, you guys, don't just rely on the makeup wipes. Makeup wipes are not your best friend, okay? So do not use that. And if it's an emergency, go ahead and use it, but still make sure to do your skincare routine. Again, you're gonna double cleanse at night, and it would be first with the Makeup Vanishing Balm, and then you would go into any of these cleansers that is for your skincare routine.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So let's say we have somebody, so basically you're saying that it's good for people who are acne prone, but what if it's somebody that's like super oily skin, but super dry and sensitive skin, but they're also acne prone, or in this case, maybe somebody who has rosacea. Like I feel like rosacea is such a sensitive topic.
Okay, so
how would you go about it?
So rosacea, I would probably still go with the Be Gentle. But when they have acne and they say it's sensitive, I do the Be Balanced. I don't go yet to the Be Purified if they're dry, just because it's going to dry them out even more. And then when you completely dry out your skin and you're not using all the other products that you should be using, then it's going to throw off the pH in your skin. It's going to dry it out. It's going to confuse your skin, and it's going to overproduce sebum, which is then in that sense going to give you more acne, right? Because it's going to go crazy like, shit, I'm dry, I need to produce more, and it's going to clog you up more. So make sure that if they are dry but still have acne, I would go with the Be Balanced, and I would still recommend the Makeup Vanishing Balm is for everyone, dry, oily, whatever it is, just because it's an oil and you still need to remove all the impurities and everything you have on your skin. If you already have a oil cleanser, well then it's working great. If not, usually a lot of people don't even have a skincare routine, so make sure you are adding that Makeup Vanishing Balm in there, even if they're like, oh, well, I don't wear makeup every day.
Love that. I did not know that about with the oil. Okay, so let's for now go into the wait, did I skip a page? No, I didn't. Okay, now let's go into the serums. Let's cover the serums really quickly. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so serums are my favorite. I absolutely love them. My absolute favorite is the C Radiance. Why? Because it's concentrated with Cockadoo plum. Like that is the most potent source of vitamin C, and Monat has it, right? So we are so lucky. And you guys, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. So when Monat came out with the skincare, I was already doing the business. It was just hair care, right? So I'm like, I'm killing it. It's doing great. Again, I have my own aesthetics. I'm killing it with the facials, and I had a line of products that I still actually use. And so when Monat came out with the skincare, I was like, that's not gonna work. Like it's garbage, like whatever, I'll just stick with the hair, right? I like literally was like one of those like blah, blah, tomatoes. And then there was a sale, and it was like the skincare, like you get it when you like purchase whatever. And I was like, you know what, let me just try it. I got it and I fell in love with it. And it literally, I feel like my acne changed once I started being consistent with the products that I started adding into the skincare routine that I already had. So don't knock it down. Don't like say like, oh, it's not a professional. Like, no, these products absolutely work. And I even use it in my treatment room now when I'm giving my clients facials and when I'm finishing up the products. So the C Radiance is my absolute favorite.
Wait, let me cut you off really quick. I love that you said that. And fun fact, you guys, we launched our skincare in 2019. And since we are considered the number 12 skincare brand in the entire world.
Look at that. And I'm over here like throwing tomatoes at it at the beginning. And look, we're now number 12. So make sure you don't like knock it before you try it. Because that was definitely me. I was like, oh my God. So I totally, you know, I was done for doing that. And then I tried it and I've noticed such a difference. So like I said, the vitamin C is one of my favorites. Just so you know, to every client, no matter what skincare type, they should always have these 3 products, which is, to me, it would be the sunblock, the C Radiance, and the vegan retinol, which at the beginning when we started with skincare, we only had like, it would only come out by little bits. And I'm like, oh, but we need retinol, but oh my God, we need sunblock. And then now we have it all. So it's perfect because now I can recommend the whole thing. But the C Radiance, guys, is a product that everybody needs. It helps fight free radicals. It gives you antioxidants, which brightens up your skin and enhances your complexion. So you guys, this is a serum that you would use in the daytime, okay? So this is really good, and you would use it right before your moisturizer, or I use Rejuvenique oil in replace of my moisturizer. And then the Rewind Nectar, it's also very good. It's a powerful skin rewinding, fast absorbing, hydrating serum that helps to delay the repair of signs of aging, revealing smooth skin, right? So make sure that this one would do it at night, and it's great when you pair it up with the vegan retinol. So when you use those 2 together, they give you basically you're like enhancing your results. All right. So let me move to the retinol. These 2 would be nighttime serums. The nighttime, the Bakuchio, I always say wrong, so I just go with the vegan retinol. I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but it's basically a vegan retinol. It's very gentle, right? So it's good for the most even sensitive skins. A lot of people are scared to use retinol just because of what it does. It's anti-aging. It's amazing because think of it when you're putting the retinol is basically like kind of like removing and getting rid of like that old kind of skin, right? All that, everything that's on there that's not helping you glow. So think of it as night when you go to sleep, like it's like literally removing everything. And when you wake up, it's like you're glowing. Okay. If you don't go to sleep looking like a glazed donut, you're not doing your skincare right. Make sure you keep that in mind. So this retinol is amazing. I actually have my 14-year-old. She is now like getting a little acne here and there. And she uses it and we love it. So it's great for even teens, people that have never used retinol before. I love to start them off with this. And now one of our newest products, which is
wait. I'm going to talk so fast. Wait. So
I'm
really
sorry.
Question. What's the difference between regular retinol and bakuchiol so that the people can know?
Okay, so it's just not as strong, and it's basically come from natural basically sources in a sense, right? It's also safe for pregnant women. Sometimes with the other retinols that are not vegan are not safe for X or Y reason. Sometimes you can still use it when you're pregnant. I always still advise just talk to your doctor, right? But this is just great because it's great for sensitive skin. Like the retinol that I use, if I were to put it on, like, let's say my daughter, or it could probably like burn her skin, or if I use it on someone that's never used or even dry skin, it'd be like, it would not be good. They would actually get worse, right? So there's a difference for everyone, but the good thing with this one is that it's basically kind of good for like everyone. So no matter what skin type, if they've ever used it or not used it. And like if, let's say for example, if they have another retinol and they're only using it twice a week, this retinol, they could use it like on the other nights because it's gentler. It's more gentle.
Okay, so would you recommend people who are either waxing, doing any chemical peels on their face, any type of special treatments, or any lasering to continue using the bakuchiol, or should they stop the same way that anybody who's using retinol should stop as well?
Well, I always recommend my clients, somebody's writing on the screen.
I know.
So I always recommend my clients, hold on, give me 1 second. Karim, por favor, ¿puedes cerrar mi puerta, mi rey? Cierra mi puerta, por favor. Ciérrala que te puedo escuchar y yo estoy en una llamada al trabajo. I'm so sorry. Okay, so what I was saying, the vegan, we were talking about retinol, right? Okay, yes.
So should people stop, waxing and lasering?
Right. So I always recommend 7 days before you get a treatment, especially if you're using like those strong retinols. Yes, you should stop. I would probably use the same with do the same with this one, even though it's not as strong. But again, I would suggest talk to your esthetician or talk to your whoever is whatever treatment, because all chemical peels are different. So it depends on the potency as well as how strong that chemical peel is that you're applying. I usually tell them a week after they can start back up with the retinol on the screen.
Okay.
I mean, on the face, not the screen.
You're good. And then another really quick question. So what would you say is the main difference between Rewind and Bakucho? And when would you recommend one or the other? Let's say sometimes some people are like, oh, like, but two, like how, like, yeah, just dive in on that. Like, I'm
Okay.
like, yeah.
So I feel like they're completely different. One is more like a, what would I say? Like a hydrating serum, even though we have the hydration, the booster, the hyaluronic acid. I feel just like the hyaluronic acid is just more concentrated in just hyaluronic acid. So the Rewind, yes, it gives you like that radiant complexion, but I feel like it doesn't really do what the retinol does, which is like kind of, especially if like you have little breakouts here and there that we tend to get. I know I still get them. Even people that don't have acne at that time of month, you can kind of even spot treat with the vegan retinol, and it helps it like smooth it out by the next day, right? So the vegan retinol is more of anti-aging. It works a little faster, a little bit more stronger in a sense. And when you combine them both, it's like magic. So it's really good when you combine them both. But it just depends on the person. That's why I like to ask them what skincare products they already have, because if they already have a retinol, well, then they probably don't need the the vegan retinol, and you know, vice versa. So I like to ask what they have, so that way I know what to recommend.
Love that. Okay.
Just think of the Rewind Nectar as enhancing the results with the Bakucho.
Gotcha. So somebody just asked, which are the best for days versus nights in these serums?
So the day would be the hydration booster and the C Radiance, and the two in the middle would be for night. You could also use the hydration booster at night as part of like your nighttime routine if your skin is really dry. I personally don't use it because I have oily skin, but I've tried it here when I want like that extra glow, or maybe like when I've been out in the sun for too long that I know like my skin needs it, I'll add it. But it's not, for me, it's not an everyday thing. But it is think of hyaluronic acid as water for your skin, right? So like it's thirsty, like you're literally just drenching it, and it helps, leaving your skin feeling plump to the touch. Like it looks just hydrating and beautiful.
Love that. Why can't you use Rewind during the day?
You can, but I'm already using C Radiance during the day. So you use the vitamin C during the day, so you could use the Rewind at night. So it's just different serums. You absolutely can. Don't use the vegan retinol during the day though, because when you are using vegan retinol, no matter which is the vegan or regular retinol, you have to use SPF, because think of like basically the retinol is removing, let's say like that skin off, right? So it's bringing out new skin out, and you're going out the next day, and let's say you just put, I just put Rejuvenate oil. That's the worst thing you can do, just Rejuvenate oil and no sunblock after that, and you go out to the sun, is you're literally burning your skin. So make sure that you are applying SPF every single day, whether you're working in your room and you're not going outside. Sister, the sun still comes up and it radiates through the window, like no matter what. I'm sure you go outside to walk your dog or take your kids to school, so the sun is hitting your skin. Make sure you are applying that SPF. If not, you're never going to see results, and those dark spots, so acne marks, all that stuff, it's going to get just worse.
Love that. All right, now on to moisturizers.
So moisturizers, again, they're very generic to what it goes to, like the cleanser, right? The Be Gentle would be good for dry skin. It's very it's thicker in a sense for dry skin, aging skin. The Be Balanced would be more of a water, like it says right there, water and cream feed skin with concentrated nutrients and hydration, more for like combination skin. And then the Be Purified is oil free, which is great for people that have oily skin, acne prone skin. And then the Night Haven, of course, it's perfect for nighttime. You want to think about like when you go to sleep, guys, and you wake up in the morning. Most of you guys, I'm pretty sure I do. I wake up thirsty, right? Because you just like slept, like you're just thirsty. So it's the same thing with your skin, right? You're losing so much moisture. Like you're literally just like they're laying down and like you sweat or everything. So the Night Haven, really just think about like coating your skin and just protecting and keeping your face nice and plump, right? Again, I don't personally use it. I feel like it's too heavy for my acne prone skin. I just literally bathe in Rejuvenate oil at night, and that's my last step at night, the Rejuvenate oil, and it's worked really good for me. I have some of my business partners that absolutely love the Night Haven. I have used it from time to time, and it's like they literally swear by it and love it. So it's for each, for everyone, it's something different. But it's very thick in consistency. So I would not recommend during the day. That's why it's called for the night. But yeah, they're all really good. What is it? Moisturizers. I went blank. Moisturizers for the people that have recommended it and that use it, they absolutely love it. So just kind of get to know your product and who to recommend it to.
I love that one. So I kind of like, do you usually mix and match like the moisturizers with the cleansers, for example? Like when would you know is the perfect, like what's a perfect example of like when to mix the Be Purified moisturizer with the Be Gentle cleanser, for instance?
So you can do that, especially like, let's say if they have like really dry skin, but they have acne, right? And they for some reason they're on the Be Gentle instead of the Be Balanced. You can definitely use a Be Purified moisturizer, just because that's something that actually stays on your skin throughout the day. So it's not going to be as heavy on the skin, right? And it's oil free, and it's fast absorbing. So it still gives that skin that nutrients that it needs, but it's not like causing it more acne in a sense, or clogging it with the Be Gentle that it could be for drying skin, if that makes sense.
Oh, that makes total sense. So basically, they're more towards like the acne side. You would say go heavier on the moisturizer, but go really light when it comes to the creams.
Right, because that stays on your skin throughout the day. And you want to make sure that you are doing all the steps. Well, every time you're applying your skincare, make sure, guys, that you're doing it from thinnest to thickest in consistency. So in case you get confused, like, do not put the SPF first and then the moisturizer and then the cleanser. I mean, not the cleanser, the serums, because then it's not going to get on your skin. You want to start from thinnest to thickest in consistency.
Love that. Thank you. All right, now let's go into hydrate, which is basically the prep step, right?
Yes, the prep step. I love it. So the essence water, I absolutely love it. I use that obviously right after I cleanse. I cleanse my skin, and then I obviously dry it. I do recommend, guys, when you do dry, if you don't have those like little individual towels that like you throw away. I don't have that. I usually buy like one of those big packs at Walmart or wherever, Costco, of hand towels, right? The little squares. And I use one like for 2 nights. So, or for one day, depending how bad my acne is. Why? Because you want to make sure you are changing that, because let's say you have acne on your skin, or you have some kind of issue on your skin, you're washing your face and you're drying it and you're hanging it. And then 3 days go by, that got, in a sense, got a little better, but then you grab that towel again to dry your skin again, and you're putting all that bacteria back on your skin. Makes no sense. Okay, so make sure you are using a different towel. So after I dry my skin after the cleansing, I use the essence water to prepare the skin to basically help it absorb the next products that I'm putting on, whether it's the C Radiance or the Rewind or whatever serums I have going on. And then the Hydrated Refresh is my favorite. I use it even to set my makeup. So at the end of doing my makeup, I use that. And throughout the day, if I'm like, I feel like my skin is dry, or like when been on these trips, you guys, if you haven't been on these trips, get on it, because you have to come with us. But literally throughout the time when we're like out in the sun, you literally take it out and you spray it, and it literally refreshes, and it smells so good. So it's just like that hydration level. It restores the moisture and the balance, the skin, without disturbing the makeup. So it doesn't disrupt anything. You're literally just spraying it back on and just kind of, setting it back up. Yeah. So I absolutely love these products.
So what would you say is the difference between the essence and a toner?
The essence, I would say, is a toner. I would say this essence is a toner. That's basically the prep part, right? That it prepares the skin, because some of these products, especially like the Rewind, needs the skin to be a little bit moist, in a sense, for the product to be able to absorb better, to be able to act better on the skin, if I may say. So that's why you need basically the essence water. What I do is I put it on my hands, and then I kind of just like, and then go straight to my skin. I just press it in, and I just like let it have like that wet look, right? And then I go in with the Rewind or the C Radiance or whatever, and I apply it after, and it works really good.
Would you say the essence replaces the hydrate and refresh, or it's two completely different things?
It's two different products. Most of the times also it's good if you grab the essence water, especially at night when you've had heavy makeup or you've like done a lot. Obviously, please do the makeup vanishing balm. Then you would do the cleanse, and then I recommend to grab the essence water and put it like on a little cotton swab, and gently rubbing outwards and up, take the rest of the makeup off, and you'll see how much you still have on your skin that's still dirty. And then after that, grab it again, and then just press it on your skin, and then that way it prepares the skin for the next products.
Love that. All right, let's go into mask. Yeah, I'm so excited. What is the
Yes.
difference between these two? When should you recommend one or the other? Tell us all the details.
Okay, so the barrier fine scrub, I feel like it could be good for everyone. It wouldn't be good for people that have really bad active acne. That's not, I wouldn't recommend because you're spreading the bacteria as you're rubbing. So that's not one that would I would recommend. So make sure you are asking enough questions to know. But the scrub is good to exfoliate 1 to 2 times a week. That one's good to use. How I like to use it is I cleanse my skin, then I grab it and I put it on as a mask. I maybe leave it like 5 minutes or so. And then I start like rubbing it in. If you have like a little steam that you can put on, great. If not, it's still fine. You can still do it. And then just rub it in and gently just do it in motions. Make sure you're using like, I don't know if y'all can see like these two fingers. Not our pointer fingers are very heavy. Like they're just like we tend to like just point at stuff. And so we're like pulling on our skin. So use like these two fingers on the outside and like rub upwards and go out. And then obviously wash it off. And then I cleanse again after that, just because to make sure I take everything off. And then the cold charcoal mask, that one's great for acne prone skin. So if you have dry skin, please do not use this. And if you have like, yeah, just basically dry skin, do not use it and then just leave it on there and let it dry. This is where our little, what is it called? We just went through it, our spray, I forgot the name of it, but
Hydrate
you don't,
refresh.
yes, the hydrate and refresh. So when you do this mask, you don't want to let it completely dry on the skin. You want to make sure you keep it a little moist. So if you feel like it is going a little bit dry, you can put the hydrate and refresh, leave the mask on for at least 15 minutes, and then you can obviously like wash it off. Or you can even spot treat with it, and you can like apply wherever you have the acne. But make sure that you don't apply this mask on people that have dry skin because it's not good for them.
I love that. I actually usually let it dry. So
Yeah, don't let it. And I'm pretty sure that when you notice that when you let it completely dry, like your face is a little flushed, right? Like it's a little
yes.
red. So that's why, because you're literally like it's literally like absorbing all the hydration out of your skin. So it's like your skin is like help, like quenching for thirst. So you don't want to let it completely dry. So you obviously want it to get a little, in a sense, like hard, like dry, but not where it's like cracked and it's like your skin is like, please help me. So you can spray that or even just water if you don't have the hydrate and refresh. But since we have all the products, you can use that.
So when somebody's acne prone, would you recommend the berry or the cold charcoal mask?
Well, they're two different things. The one is an exfoliator. The other was a mask, which you can use both as a mask. The exfoliator as well. But the barrier fine, like I said, if they have active acne where you can see the acne and all the situations going on there, you don't want to, because essentially you're going to be rubbing it, right? You're going to want to rub and get all the benefits from it. And when you're doing that, you're spreading the bacteria. So maybe you didn't have acne up here, but now because you're rubbing, now you're like bringing all the acne up here. And then 2 days later, you're like, now I'm breaking out again. Well, sister, you're like spreading the bacteria everywhere. That's why it's so important to know when to use it and how to use it, and to change your towels and your pillowcases. I hope y'all took advantage of the sale that we had, because those silk pillowcases has really changed my life. I have some, but I ordered like more just because I change them throughout the week. It's very important to change your pillowcase as well. We like, as you might not know, but you probably slobber and move around, and our hair oils and all that stuff, it still gets on our skin. And if we are having skin issues, it's not good for it. So it's make sure that you are recommending or like changing out all that stuff and keeping your area clean.
Love it. Okay, let's go to the next one. So these are the must-haves, which of course I'm sure you mentioned the Sunveil and the makeup vanishing balm. So I mean I feel like you kind of already put that rumor that to rest, but I'm gonna ask away anyways. I feel like a lot of people say that they tend to stay away from the makeup vanishing balm, especially if they have lashes and things like that. I'm not sure if you're into lashes and stuff like that, but they tend to stay away from the makeup vanishing balm because it is oil based. What would you say to those people?
So you can definitely use it, just if you want to stay away from the eye area. You People that have lashes, make sure you are cleaning your lashes. Your tech or your professional should be giving you or advising you on how to do it correctly, because then you can end up getting like is just ugly. It can get ugly. So make sure you are cleaning and not applying mascara over that. If you are, then please, by all means, please use the Makeup Vanishing Balm to make sure you're removing the mascara off of those lashes. Even if it causes, you know, some lash fallout, you don't want that to build up. Please, please, please wash your lashes. But the makeup, you just be very gentle. You can use it like on the area where you like did like your eyeshadow and then so on and so forth, and then just gently go around it. You know, you don't have to necessarily like rub and be rough. Please don't do that, not even on your natural lashes, because you're going to end up pulling them out. You have to be gentle. The skin on our face is very different from the skin on our, like the rest of our body. So just make sure you are very gentle and using those 2 fingers.
Love that. And like you said, oil combats oil. So
yeah, you're removing everything.
So what would you say to those people? Like, what would your answer be?
So
if
what?
you're like making a recommendation to someone, oh, I don't like the Makeup Vanishing Balm because it's oil-based, or let's say, like, I know that I think some of the cleansers have oil. Like, what would you say to those
no,
people?
you need it because you have oil on your skin and oil takes out oil. So you're literally doing that. But after that, you're using another cleanser. You're not going to just do the Makeup Vanishing Balm and not do anything after. You're removing it after with your cleanser. So that's why it's called double cleanse. You need it.
Love it. All right, let's go into the eye smooth.
So the eye smooth, everybody needs an eye cream, and I love it. It creates the wrinkles, fine lines, dark circle. So everybody needs an eye cream. I use very, very little because you can get milia when you overuse, like not overuse, but use too much product and or you're not cleansing your skin correctly. Milia is those little white dots that some people tend to get under the eye or under the skin, and it's because it's product buildup and you're not cleansing or using the products correctly. So I use a little bit and I gently, with like my ring finger or whatever you want to call it, I go from the inside out and I tap. I don't pull. So I tap all the way from the inside out and I do it as many times as needed, and it helps also to depuff. And also your product should come with like a little roller so you can kind of just roll it out, and it's perfect for that. The Sunville, guys, my absolute favorite that I cannot live without. This is our SPF. Right? Yeah. I'm like, I'm doing this wrong. It removes dead skin cells. No, that's not it. That's not what it does.
Oh yeah, but I don't know why that's there. Sorry.
I'm like, wait, what am I reading this right? I'm like, it does not do that. But okay, I didn't know it had all these uses to it. But yes, our SPF, you want to apply that would be our last step during the day when you're doing your skincare routine. And I do recommend to reapply. So if you don't have makeup, you can be reapplying with this one. You have to reapply till you die, guys. It's very important. I do every 1 to 2 hours. If not, there's different ways to reapply. There's sprays, SPFs. There's another vegan one that I use as well it's like more of like a little brush. I can find it for you guys, and it literally doesn't mess up with my makeup either because I'm reapplying the SPF as well. I was going to say something else about the SPF.
I know one thing I know that one thing you're going to say is that your face does not end.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was gonna say. Your face ends at your nipples, guys. So make sure you're applying all your products. You're bringing all the way down to your nipples, because as you see, like I'm wearing a V-neck. Sometimes we're wearing V-necks, or just like this little part right here, right? And we don't want our face to look all nice and beautifully as we age, and it's glowy and young. And then this is like all red and wrinkly, full of sun spots, and just not pretty. So make sure you bring it all the way down.
Because your face ends on your nipples.
Yes.
I love when you use that thing.
Yes,
so this is actually a really good question that somebody asked. I think from my personal experience, it's because I'm applying too much product. But somebody said, why does my SPF roll into white little flakes when I add it after all my products? Like I feel like
it does that sometimes to me too. It's just, you just kind of have to like make sure you're blending it in and you're like bringing it all the way down. Sometimes it happens to me when I'm in a rush, like especially in the mornings when I'm getting my kids ready, then I have to go to the gym and I'm like having rush out the house. Like I put some on and then I look at myself in the gym mirror and I have like white spots and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I didn't blend it in. So I didn't take the time to just rub it in, and it can get like, it dries out, so it can get flaky, but that's not always. You just have to make sure that you are just taking the time to actually apply the product correctly, and you'll be fine.
Love that. Okay, perfect. Now let's go into the 30-second miracle. So I'll cover this part really quick. I know that a lot of people are like, oh, but what's the difference between 30-second miracle and eye smooth? Remember, eye smooth is a permanent solution, right? While 30-second miracle is only temporary.
Mm-hmm. So I this one's something for someone that's like wants to see instant results because you're freaking tired and you have a gala to go to or dinner to go to or whatever, and you want to apply that really quick. As you can see the picture right next to it, it gives you really quick results, but it's temporary. Like you're not going to stay like that, right? So you want to make sure you continue to use your eye smooth. But it is a great product. So if you're a makeup artist, or if you're like out with like clients, or even just for yourselves, make sure you have this, because we have our days, guys, where we wake up and our face is not all there, especially on the days that we need it to be like radiant and beautiful. That's the day that we wake up with like 101 problems. So this comes in and like saves the day. And then just also what helps is you can grab ice and to kind of help depuff the skin. You grab ice and you ice roll your skin. So there's tons of little tricks and tricks but you can do, but this is definitely a good product to have.
I love that. And again, a little bit goes a long way, because
Yes,
otherwise your face
definitely.
will be frozen. Literally. Or
Yeah,
you
not
like
only that, but it'll
white.
leave like a white residue. So if you do too much, it'll look like ashy. So just make sure that you're using a little bit, and again from the inside out and just tapping it outwards.
Love that. Love that. And do we have anything? Oh, let's go into the men's line.
I feel like it's so simple, right? And I love it. The other day I had a guy client at my aesthetics and I'm like, do you have skincare routine? I'm like, no. I'm like, perfect. I have the perfect thing for you. And I'm like, it's simple. It can't be any more simpler than this. So it's literally what it is: a face scrub, a face wash, a shaving cream, a moisturizer. And it's literally in that step. A face scrub, again, we would recommend it to use 1 to 2 times a week, depending on their skin type. Face wash morning and night. I did obviously add to this the SPF, because I'm just the SPF like cop and everybody has to have it. So I was like, you have to get the SPF as well. But yeah, and then I was like, okay, and then I was like, if what I like to do is start them off with this. And then once they kind of get the hang of this, then I start adding more products. Then I'll add maybe the retinol, maybe then I'll add the C Radiance, because they still have skin and they still need these products, right? Just because they're little pinkish doesn't mean they can't use it. No, they can use it as well. Maybe the Rejuvenate Oil. So you want to get them, but they're just a little like, they need simple crap because they just don't get it. So you want to make sure once they get into the routine, then we can use the add the other products. But I do always recommend SPF no matter what, and they add it at the end of the routine.
Love that. So would you ever recommend any of these products from the men's line for a girl?
No.
Woman?
No, I wouldn't, because no, we know what we want and we need, and you guys should be able to follow directions. No, I wouldn't. I mean, you can if they really insist, but no, like we have different cleansers and different types of things for our skin.
Love that. I just wanted to make sure, put that out there.
Yeah, no.
All right, let's go quickly into the body care.
Oh my God, it's like our newest thing and it smells so amazing. It's so good, you guys. If you have not tried it, you are literally sleeping on it. My favorite one is the Exfoliate and Refine Body Polish. I remember when I went to esthetician school, we literally had like this thing where it's body polish, and I was like, what's that? And it was like a whole treatment that they did on your whole skin, and it will leave your skin feeling so amazing, like te quita toda la mugre. And this is literally what that does. Like the body polish is amazing. So if you guys don't have this, it's great even before you even go get waxed, or just to even polish your skin when you need it. So make sure you add this to your routine. Obviously the moisturize and replenish body wash is just as amazing as well, guys. Like it smells so good, and guys and women can use this. My kids use it. Like we all use it and we're all obsessed with it. So each product, like the Hydrate and Repair Body Serum, especially I like to use that when I feel like my skin a little extra dry, just to kind of give it a little extra hydration. One of my kids has like I feel like a little extra drier skin, so this one's perfect for them. And then obviously the body lotion, I use it all over my body. And then the hand cream, I keep it in my car, in my purse, and everywhere, because that's what I use now. Before I would use the Rejuvenate Oil, now I have this. I still use both, but it's just easier to take this out and kind of show it off.
Yeah, it's very self-explanatory when it comes to body care. But the last but not least, I feel like these are two important products that we definitely need to cover, because I feel like a lot of people have a misconception that Rejuvenate Oil should only be for the hair, when in fact it's actually very, very good for your skin. So can you I know that
oh my God, yeah,
use it with your moisturizer and all that stuff, and when would you recommend the intensive and when would you recommend the light?
Okay, so I have a secret for you guys. And I don't know how helpful that's going to be. I started off with the light just because I have oily skin and my acne and blah, blah, blah. And I really didn't like it. I didn't see a result with it. Once I went, like, not that I see a result, but I just really feel like it wasn't doing anything. And then I moved to the intense one. I was like, let me just try it. And now I won't change it. Like, I literally have bottles on top of bottles on top of bottles. Like, I cannot live with this product without this product. So literally don't go by like, oh my God, their hair is, or their skin is so oily. And I literally recommend this more for the skin than for the hair. It's crazy because it's known for the hair, right? But it has over 101 uses, guys. I literally use it for everything. Oh, my kid scraped itself. Okay, go ahead, put this on. Like, it literally heals. People make fun of me because it's like, oh my God, like you live by the Rejuvenico. Anything like, oh, Rejuvenico. I'm like, yes, because it's the answer to everything. Like, literally, you need it, and it has over 101 uses. I was having a lot of hair loss. I started doing scalp treatment, being more consistent with it. It helped balance the pH. It helped strengthen my hair follicles. My hair fallout is very minimal now, right? It's like the normal, what you should be having, not like crazy amounts where I was like, I'm going bald. My skin, my acne was insane. And I started using this instead of my moisturizer because none of my moisturizers were really clicking with me. So this is my step, and I literally love it. I use it all over my skin. After I shave, after like whatever, like in this, like even I'm an esthetician. When I'm washing my hands, I put a few drops and I put it in my hands. It just literally helps with everything. So I literally cannot live with it. Like I said, it says it's a blend of 13 plus natural plant and essential oils, rich in omega fatty acids, antioxidants, and nutrients, highly compatible with the skin and hair. After I straighten my hair, style it to little flyaways. I put a few drops, put it in my hair. Guys, there's so like, when you guys don't know and somebody doesn't know how to support your business and they're like, oh, well, I don't want to switch my hair care. My skincare is good. Okay, well, sister, get the Rejuvenico because literally you can put it on your butt crack if you want to, and you're going to absolutely love it. Like, they're gonna freaking love it. So make sure that you are literally talking about this oil and letting them know. And I also like to say, you have a 30-day money back guarantee, but nobody ever returns the oil because they love it, right? So if you're kind of stuck and you don't know, well, they don't want to buy this or this, okay, well, buy the oil. You're gonna absolutely love it, and you can return it if you don't like it, but nobody ever does. And a little bit goes a long way, but you know, I literally go through these oils, and you can, again, like it says on there, you can use it for your cuticles, for your nails, for your knees, for your heels. There's times where I'm like, girl, what is going on down there? Especially when it's been a minute that I haven't gone to get a pedicure, and like my heels are a little out of control. I'm like, let me put some Rejuvenico, and it helps. It's amazing. It's
I
the
put
best
a
thing
bunch of
ever.
Rejuvenic oil with the CBD body butter thing, and I put my socks on when my calluses are really dry.
Oh, it's so good. That body butter is the best thing ever.
But
Yeah,
really
it's so
quick, so
good.
you said you have oily skin and still you would prefer the intensive
Yes,
oil.
I do. Yes, I do. I mean, I have the light, but I just didn't really, it didn't really do much for me. So it's a matter of preference. You can recommend if you feel, if you're a little scared, I'm recommending the intense one for one of your VIPs, and start off with the light and see how they like it, and then be like, okay, then we can work our way up to like the intense one. But I like the intense. I don't really
I
like the
love
light.
that. I mean, and that's pretty much it, you guys. There's so many resources. Use your resources to your advantage. Again, there's so many cheat sheets. There's so many different, product info sheets. What goes with what are the benefits of these things? Like, everything is literally at your fingertips for you guys to be able to learn. This is what they look like. These are little steps that you guys can even share with your VIPs, and can even keep in your notes for your own personal use to know what's my step one. But something, if you don't have this handy, something that Tiff said, keep in mind, you always start from the lightest to the heaviest, right? So, but you have your cleanse, your prepare, your target, your replenish, and then of course you always want to finish with protecting your skin. And then of course the healthy that, and that's it. But if I really, so what does the Be Purified do that is special for really, really oily skin? What would you say to influence someone to try it? Like, what's so special about the Be Purified line for oily and acne prone skin?
It's just not, it's not oil based, so it doesn't have any oil on there, and it really helps dry out, not, you don't want to say dry out, but it really helps clear out the acne and clear out, like balance the pH on your skin to where like it's not as oily anymore. And I always like to go with, it's vegan, it's a natural alternative, it's cleaner version. We go by the European standards, which ban over 1,300 chemicals, right? In the US, we don't ban that many. So pretty sure that whatever it is that they're using, or if they're not even using anything, this would be 10 times better.
Love that. Well, thank you so much for your time, Tiff. I truly appreciate it. You're so knowledgeable, and I love the way that you put it in a way where everybody truly understands. It's not like in a scientific way where I'm like, what is she talking about? So
Yeah, I love it.
absolutely love it. I'm super excited. Thank you guys for logging on. The recording will be sent out. Bye.
Thank you so much. Good night.